Hi everybody, welcome back to Girl Talk with AC. So the conversation today is all about investing, learning about what investment means and how to get started. So just give me a few minutes, let's put our guests back on. We were having some internet connection issues before. Hi Lydia, so sorry about that. I guess the connection was a bit off and yeah, weird. But can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can't really hear you. Okay. Wait. Can you hear me properly?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, so let's just get back started. We were talking a bit about what investing means, and you were saying that investing is just making your money work for you. Basically, that is it. Having enough money to be able to generate different sources. And we're also discussing how can one get started with investing, and you mentioned different platforms to use in order to invest. You could even have a retirement savings plan, index fund, and then, so the last thing we were talking about is that some of the common mistakes that some women make when investing. We say that some women don't invest. They say that some women are very anxious about investing. Please just continue on with that. I hope you can hear her. For some reason, I'm not hearing.
Let me bring my phone.
Okay, and
I'll
now I can hear you. Now I can hear you. I
Okay.
couldn't hear you before. Yes.
Okay. So I'll just hold my
Yes.
phone then.
Okay.
So I was explaining that um, if you don't understand how something works, all you have
Yes.
to do is do your research. That's what's the most
Yes.
important thing. But
Mm-hmm.
in addition to that, there are financial advisors who
Okay.
are happy and willing to help you. It's not
Yes.
just about your financial advisor invest knowledge. It's important for your
Mm-hmm.
advisor to be how investing works. What is happening with your own investments? So, for example, I meet with my
Yes.
on a quarterly basis, and every time we meet, depending on the clients,
Okay.
we have a conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry, people, the connection is a little bit off, but hopefully she'll get back on. I know these Instagram lives, they're always a bit shaky. So she's just talking about how often she meets with her clients so that some people can avoid common mistakes when it comes to investing. Yeah. Okay, I think she's off a little bit, but we'll try to get her back on for the discussion. Thank you, people, for your patience. Yeah, let's just wait for her to get back on. So she was saying that for some people who don't really know anything about investing, it might be helpful to just sort of get on board with having like a financial advisor to really sort of educate you on the process and to just so that you guys can both sit down and look at your finances and how to work with it. So let's get her back on again because our connection is acting a bit shaky right now. Yeah,
Okay.
sorry, I don't know why the connection is bad, but continue. You were saying that you meet with your clients on a quarterly basis.
So I meet with my
Mm-hmm.
them. And so for those who need more understanding on how the markets work, we have that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
There They're
Okay.
able to ask me whatever question they would like. There's no wrong
Mhm.
question. There's no silly question, you know, and I'm happy to answer
Okay.
because I want to make sure my clients understand what it is that we're doing. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. And so that's why it's also important to work with a financial advisor who will guide you along the way. Another mistake
Okay.
is to think that you're going to make a big return on your investment overnight. Okay. So a
Hmm.
common question I get when I'm suggesting that people invest is, what's the return going to be? And the
Yeah.
return is based on a number of factors, but most importantly, what your risk profile is. So I
Hmm.
can't tell someone who has a cautious risk profile, they don't like, taking chances. I can't tell them that their return will be higher. You know the expression higher risk, higher reward. But there's
Yeah.
also higher volatility. So having these conversations is really important. So I understand what your knowledge is on how the markets work, and so I understand how risk averse you are.
Hmm.
Okay, and so it's not a flat answer when I share that with them, because
When
there are a
you
few
say,
things.
I'm sorry, when you say understand how risk averse you are, what does that mean exactly? Is it
Okay,
like,
so
are you somebody that spends your money like recklessly, or what do you mean by that?
no, no, no. So you're someone who, when it comes to your money, how much of a chance are you willing to take? Are you willing to lose a
Okay.
little to get a little? Some
Mm.
people, they don't want to take any chance. They don't want to lose any money. And
Yeah.
so we do more cautious investing. Some people,
Mm.
they're willing to take that chance because they know they may lose some, they may win some. And when we're talking investing in the stock market and you're talking long term, like I
Mm.
said, the markets are up and down. And so someone
Mm.
who's higher risk, they're not going to freak out when the markets go down because they
Yeah.
understand that markets will come back up again. Yeah. And
Mm.
so you're not going to get, you know, a, a, a major return on your investment overnight. If you have
Mm.
that kind of mindset, then you're going to end up falling for get rich quick schemes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we hear of these MLM opportunities. We hear of these. I mean, I've heard of so many opportunities in Ghana and in Nigeria that have gone bust. Okay. People
Mm-hmm.
have lost a lot of money because they put
Yeah.
too much money in these investment places that ended up being scams. Okay,
Yeah.
and so on that note, I'll also say, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
Put money in different investment opportunities. Put money in different investment houses, and even invest in a variety of currencies if possible.
Yeah. Because some
Mm-hmm.
of the I've heard of certain things in Nigeria, but I forgot there was this one that they were saying that women should get this sort of products that is from the abroad. I don't even remember the product's name right now, but there are lots of people who have told me about this, that it's a smart
Mm-hmm.
thing. But sometimes you're not really sure. How can you be sure that you're making a good investment and you're not going putting your money to something that is not like that's not really legitimate? Because sometimes there are so many of these things you hear about.
Do your research. Do a lot of due
Yeah.
diligence. And when you hear of opportunities where for me to make money, I need to bring a new person in, and their money is how I make money, and then
Hmm.
my money is how the next person makes money. That's how multi-level marketing works. And so it's
Yes.
really, you don't even know if there actually is a return on the investment because you're only getting money
Okay.
when you sign up new people.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
I think the dream was also like that, like just invite other people. So it's just like a marketing opportunity. That's not really an
Exactly.
investment. All of those things. Thanks
Exactly.
for educating on that. Yeah, because I
Oh,
hear a lot of those things like that, but I'm not really sure. So when it comes to getting the benefits and then return for your investment, you say that people should not think it's an overnight thing. So is there like a time frame where you feel like, okay, maybe after 5 to 6 months or within a year, I should have this amount of money? How can you be
no,
sure of
that's even short. When you think investing, we're
that? Okay.
thinking long term. So I
Wow.
heard a quote somewhere some time ago
Mm-hmm.
where people who want a higher return are people who are day trading.
Hmm.
And that is a different topic altogether. Okay. But when you're thinking investing, think of investing like marriage. The idea is that marriage should be long term.
Hmm.
So you're investing not to, go on vacation tomorrow. You're investing towards a house. You're
Hmm.
investing towards your children's
Wow.
education. You're investing
Mm.
towards setting up a business later on. You're investing so that you can live comfortably in retirement and have a good lifestyle. Okay,
Mm.
so what I say, when you're investing, at least do 10 years. And it may
10
seem like a
years.
long
Wow.
time, but
Hey.
think about it. 2011, I was having conversations with friends recently, and we're talking about, I went through some old emails. We're having conversations about things that we had been discussing and looking into. 2011, it feels like it was just yesterday.
Hmm.
You know, so 10 years will come before you know it. And if you look at market cycles are generally about 10 years. And
Hmm.
so that's also the thinking as well,
Yeah.
that you can invest within a market cycle.
Okay. So it requires some patience because I feel like, everybody wants money quickly. So when you say 10 years, it's like that, like that sounds like that's a very long term stuff. But I like what you say to think about investments like a long term relationship. You don't
Mm-hmm.
just see things right now, you're seeing things towards the future. So you're planning towards your future.
Exactly.
So don't just
Exactly.
expect all that money back. Awesome. Thank you.
And
So
also,
just
when you're thinking,
mhm. Yeah,
when
go
you're
ahead.
thinking long term, consider two things. Something called dollar cost averaging. So, like I mentioned
Mhm.
before, markets are up and down, up and down. So, when the markets are up, that means the price of the stocks is higher. When markets are low, that means the price of the stocks are lower.
Mhm.
Okay, so because markets are up and down, what you want is the average price.
Mhm.
Okay, and so when you're investing in the longer term, you can actually benefit from that. Let's say you
Wow.
invest today, and then next year markets drop, and that's when you need your money.
Hmm.
That will be a problem for you.
Yeah.
Okay, because the value of your investments has dropped. Okay, and then
Hmm.
another thing is to think of compound interest. Compound interest just means your money is invested, the return for that year is reinvested, okay, in the capital, and then it's rolled over.
Mhm.
Okay, so it's interest upon interest, return upon return.
Mhm.
So that's how compound interest works. I like to think of this analogy. Think of it as a snowball on the top of a hill. As
Mhm.
the snowball comes down the hill, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So that's how compound interest works.
Hmm.
You want your money to grow,
Yeah,
and compound
exactly.
interest is how your money grows. But on the flip side, compound interest also helps you lose a lot more money when you're in debt, when you have credit cards, when you have loans. That's why a lot of people are pushing for being debt free, because that's money that you can use to grow your wealth.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Thank you so much for
You're
educating
welcome.
us on that. And also,
You're welcome.
let's just go back to when we talked about some investments that every woman should make, no matter what stage you are in your career. Can you
Mm-hmm.
just repeat that again one more time? Yeah.
Okay, so first, invest in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Invest in your knowledge,
Yeah.
invest in certificates, invest in things that will help you in your career and help you
Yeah.
as an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
We're learning for life. We're
Mm-hmm.
students for life. So this year, even on my to-do list, I have several exams that I need to write by the end of the first quarter. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so it's really important because especially now, there's a lot of competition. So you want to be on top of your game. Okay, invest also, I would say also invest in rest. You don't want to work so hard that you
Yes,
get, there's a lot
that's
of
a good
talk
point.
now about self-care. So in
Mm-hmm.
as much as we want to be driven, we also need to rest. Otherwise, we'll get so stressed, so exhausted, and we'll
That's
burn out.
good.
Hmm. Okay, invest in getting the time to get to know yourself. What do you like? What don't you like? What are your interests?
Yeah.
If you wanted to look at investing based on what your personality is, what kind of
Hmm.
investment should you be looking at? And these are
Yeah.
conversations that I have with ladies and with my men
Mm-hmm.
clients as well, because that helps me understand what I should be offering them, what kind of investment opportunity it in.
Yeah.
Okay. And investing is not just investing in the stock market. You
Okay.
can invest in setting up your own business,
Hmm.
invest in buying land. You can invest
Yeah.
in property. That could be residential or commercial.
Hmm.
People also invest by buying alcohol and comic books
Hmm.
and selling them later on. Think about scotch
Wow.
or
People
whiskey.
are people still selling comic books?
Yeah,
Do people really still buy that? Wow. Okay.
yeah. They have. I know in Dubai they have Comic Con, so
Okay.
every
Okay.
year,
People are still, all
comic
right.
they buy and sell. Oh yeah.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
and art. Think about collectibles.
Mm.
Sold
Mm-hmm.
for a good amount of money. So keep your eye out. There may
Mm-hmm.
be really inexpensive art out there right now, where in a few years from now, it might be worth a lot of money. And this
Mm-hmm.
is how you build wealth for yourself, build wealth for your future, build wealth for your family, build wealth for future generations.
Yeah, because these days you can't really just depend on one thing, especially honestly, if you are within the continent of Africa. I think that most people know that just the 9 to 5 is not really smart. I think you need to really expand your horizons. And I'm glad you mentioned that it's not only in the stock market because some people will assume, okay, it's all these things that have to do with business. But like, I'm glad that you mentioned that it could be your own business, it could be land,
Mhm.
property. And the fact that understanding your personality will help to influence the sort of investments you make, whether
Exactly.
you're likely to move within a certain area. Thank
And
you
that's
so
what
much,
you know
Lydia.
yourself.
Yeah,
You know
thank
you
you.
well. Time.
And please tell me what's more of what you do to help women when it comes to like making smart financial decisions. How can somebody
So
work with you personally?
yeah, so I create a program called Love Yourself Financially. And
Mm-hmm.
so I have two parts. There's one where I have free sessions on a monthly basis, and then I have paid programs as well. So my free sessions are Earn Wealth, Build Wealth, and Preserve Wealth. So earning wealth is about income generation, looking at different streams of income, because we use the money that we earn to build wealth. So that's where we look at investing in different investment opportunities. Okay. And then we also look at preserving wealth. So looking at family, looking at protecting your family with life insurance, looking at things like making sure you have a will. If you're wealthy, you can have trust in place. You can plan generational wealth, succession planning, and so on. Okay. And then I also have a session called My Relationship with Money, which is happening next month. And my
Mm-hmm.
relationship with money is really understanding your money mindset.
Yeah, I'm
What
going
beliefs
to
you're
join
up
that
with?
one honestly. Yeah.
Please do. Please do. Even recently, I was having a conversation with some friends and I realized there are some areas that I need to check my own money mindset.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
like to think, yes, I've definitely improved significantly from where I was five,
Hmm.
10 years, but there's always room for improvement
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
okay. And then on the other side, I also do a program called Your Life Plan. Okay.
Hmm.
I have starting next week, Sunday, the 31st, or a week from Sunday, the 31st is the Empowered Women's Club. And so that's a club for 30 women. It's an annual membership club, and you'll be able to work with women, be encouraged by women, be accountable to these women. These are all like minded, ambitious women who want to earn wealth and build wealth this year. And so, you
Hmm.
know, you can do it by yourself, but
Yeah.
even better with the support of women behind you.
Hmm.
Okay, so the Empowered Women's Club is one, and then I have um, the your vision plan. So figuring out the vision for your life, figuring
Hmm.
out what your interests are, figuring out what makes you tick, figuring out your why. Because once you know what your why is, you can put in line some goals to help you accomplish that and live a fulfilling life, satisfying life. And then I have a three-step wealth strategy. So that's putting together a unique wealth strategy to help you accomplish your vision. Now I'm going to be changing the structure of my program soon. So if
Okay.
you jump on it, this is the time to do so.
Yeah, I definitely will love to join because honestly, when it comes to relationship with money in the past, I don't know. I know some women can also attest. Like sometimes when the money comes, there's just that temptation to just spend like that, and I'm that kind of person. Like when I see something I like, I spend, and at the end of the day, when the money is like reduced in my bank, I wonder what happened because sometimes you just get that impulse to buy, which is why when I read your piece, I love the fact that you said delayed gratification.
Mhm.
It's not an easy thing, but it's so crucial. So that whole section of relationship with money, I'm going to make sure that I'm there because I really think it's something that I need to get better at. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for just taking the time to just share your insights and thoughts. And you're doing an amazing job. And I'm
Thank
sure a
you.
lot of women can learn from you. And I'm glad that I recently just joined your group on Facebook. And I'm hoping to learn more and also make better money decisions moving forward. Thank you
So
so
we
much, Lydia. Yes. And well done on what you do.
do. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Yes.
All right. Bye.